Hi, hi everybody of my fans of YouTube. My my name is David. My name is David Andrew Cooney. Of it, I actually. Oh yeah. I think need for probably playtime. I'm not talking about a project playtime. Till probably playtime chapter 3 for Friday 26, 2026. Yeah, makes sense. I have the words of the Michael Jackson, the Protest movie, to ever to watch in the first place. Yeah, it thanks to Netflix, and to have Michael Jackson, the Protest of this movie for the crimes of Michael Jackson has done. Like, I'm not talking about Michael Jackson has crimes, rules for children. And I'm not finished with the honest. I will keep for Project Playtime and Puppy Playtime Chapter 3 on Friday 26, 2026. Yes, exactly. So, my lips are sealed. Yeah, apparently. I, so, so let's, so let's get ahead of, I, let's get to the back of the video. Um, yeah, I didn't see you guys, but I'm so happy for you guys for 289 subscribers to my channel. But this guy's video. I, I, so, um, so, um, yeah, this guy's video. And tomorrow's subscribers is gonna be so, tomorrow's subscribers is gonna be 290 subscribers to my channel. This guy's video. Episode so much. I so, yeah, I like excited actually. So I like excited was of Michael Jackson the product movie and afterwards. I I like excited for Michael Jackson the I like excited for Michael Jackson the product movie and ever to watch actually. I yeah, I like excited was for both video for explain series of the Grand's class number interview just about uh, the face behind the meme of the year. So yeah, I'm not talking about of the police of the year for my school. Yeah, I really about that for everyone in the school. Without this signal and the kids too, and Tony being white too. And you also be of and besides of the Green's curse number, it technically is of is for becoming numbers monster. It's gonna be of is what's it about? That means like the Green's curse number is actually spamming for not turning the monsters of for not turning me number. Okay, it, it's called spamming. It means like this kid is totally annoying for spamming for everyone for this world. And it means like I don't give for the Queen's curse number to, for sit with the friends for not technically becoming masters for spamming for knowing cost of this number. That's totally dumb for people like that. Yeah, what is the point of that? And like, like, stop it. That's it makes it people annoying with spamming with bots on it. About YouTube. Yes, exactly. Spamming with tematize of YouTube for AI like that. That is that is similar to my channel and dealing to and, dealing to another hand that means like this is my channel and dealing and dealing to what I actually have for spamming of of the cursed Grand's number is actually spamming cursed. I mean, there's uh, of the powers cursed spamming monsters around you, fights around you. Yeah, exactly. They hate this number, apparently. And don't even to try this signal. And the another series of 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7 6 7. That's a big annoying spamming like that. It's called the haters. I mean, I call it the Queen's, no, the Queen's curse number haters. Out there. Stay strong for the state, please. Stay strong. I, so let's do up the video of for the fourth video afterwards. Alright, so let's get to of the video. Um, how many likes my channel good? So let's get hit of 2,000 likes my channel. Let's get the video. How many views I got? So let's get hit of so let's get hit of so let's get hit of 32,000 likes. I mean, let's get hit of 32,000 views of YouTube. That's gonna take you episode. And how many likes my channel got? And let's get hit of 232,000 likes on my channel. Alright, so let's get to so let's do the fourth video afterwards. And that is the face behind the meme of the year. What happened to the the Cringed course number. The Cringed course mean explained, and apparently is um come on, what is it? Uh, 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 why some schools are banning the uh, the course grades number sling grades? That's the first video. So let's get to the video. So interview and where's it go? Here he is. I so look at on 3, 2, 1 and go.
Hey, 6'7".
Stop saying that.
You call me 6'7", kid. I'm viral for saying and screaming 6'7" in the camera.
Stop it.
Literally happily like the name 6'7". Like I basically kind of bumped it up a little bit. And I low-key was in the moment. So it started with like Cam Wilder, Gorilla, TK, and then me.
So, but what is 6'7"?
Really cool friends.
Don't say that.
Like it's literally my thing. Like it's basically
His
like
father.
how do I like describe it?
Pure energy.
Yes, pure energy. Yes, that.
Pure energy. What the heck is a pure energy?
Like the
What the
day
heck is
when I
pure
said it, like the day
energy?
after I said it, everybody in my school started saying it to me. Like I got crowded, like a whole bunch of people. I got a lot of positive. Alright, so why did I say it? So I said it because the score word was 67. And I knew no one was gonna say it. And then like I screamed at the camera quickly. And then I said, hey, like 6'7".
And when we were walking out to the car,
Because that's what I know you
so
put
much
mouth
fun.
shots.
Like the camera came over to us, and we were like, yeah, 6'7". We were laughing about it, and at that time I had, I was like, yeah, that's great, guys. It's cool.
It was right after I said it, and then when they posted it like 3 days later after editing, me and the other kid who was in the video, 6'8" kid, best friend Mason, we saw the video. I posted on my Snapchat story. My Snapchat story when I posted that and blew up, and then that video with Cam made blew up, and then everybody started saying 6'7". See some comments. This kid's funny as heck. I'm like all that. And like a whole bunch of kids are like saying like, is this the real 6'7"?
Why is your number full of becoming masters?
Like it really changed my whole school image and my actual image. Yeah. Dude, it feels really cool because like I never felt this like positive attention. Like so say like I'm outside of school and like I'm sat in the mall or something. Kids just go like, well, we're not talking about the mall. And the kids just like, is it the 6'7" kid?
Yeah.
Is it the real 6'7" kid? Wait, is that him? I swear that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because like Matt's emotion when he did that, like, yeah, 6'7", right? That emotion that he brought to it. when we're out places and people recognize him and they see him, they like, oh my gosh, they have that same emotion. They're like, oh my gosh, it's the 6'7" kid, and like you relive that moment over and over again. That's what's really cool.
We're not really on social media. I mean, as a family, we kind of deliberately weren't on those platforms. And mainly because the kids were little. You know, I think we just felt like when they were at an age that was appropriate, they could get on if they wanted to. The initial videos were a little concerning as a parent. And then it went so viral so quickly that then it flipped into such a fun thing to do. And everyone will have their own opinion, but and in different platforms, there are different
is that
feelings.
video for
He
the
went pretty
viral?
viral pretty
Just
quickly,
for him?
and there's no
Ew,
controlling
no,
it. Like it's the internet. So once it's out, it's out. And so we ultimately just decided that said, well, you know what? We'll just let it slide off our shoulder like we do everything else in life, and just keep moving forward. And then it never went away.
It
So
got bigger
it
and
got
bigger.
bigger and bigger, and he was not on social media. But I will tell you the things that we ended up liking. We watched them a lot on YouTube, actually, more so than on TikTok.
Yeah.
And like in the like a lot of videos that had just compiled all the different edits
I love
and
it.
showed them, and we would just
Time
we
to
sat there
let
and
you know.
laughed. I mean, the like the SCP edit ones and like the Halloween one, so good. Yeah, like what was your reaction to those?
I'm scared. It's kind of disturbing.
I am not scared at all.
I knew about SUVs back in the first century. My childhood.
Yeah, we obviously, we know they were all using his likeness, but it was so fun.
It's
And it
fun.
was so cool that I was like, no, just let it be. In August, he was like, Mom, I gotta go on there. People don't even think I'm real.
Yeah. They were like, they think this, they think that, they think that. We're like, all right, well.
I said, fine.
Have
I'm
fun
like,
with
you're of age. Let's make an account together so that way it's something that I can help him navigate through, because we knew that we were kind of like throwing ourselves to the wolves. That was kind of just our overall, I guess, feelings toward it. I mean, natural caution as the parent of any teen. We have 3 sons. Maverick is our second eldest, so
My goal is on like TikTok. I want to try to get. I want to like bike content.
You love
we
bikes.
love these bikes. Yeah, he does.
Bikes, fishing,
Basketball.
basketball. Those are his 3.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So it's the life of Mav. It's a long story. That is.
That happened like 2 months ago.
So, yes, it did launch like back in September, which was interesting because it derived from Maverick and a couple of college kids from our hometown. Yeah, Mav and his college age buds had started the coin. It then quickly became something that I don't think any of them realized it would be. And then we were fortunate enough to connect with people inside that space that do know how to develop and were willing to guide us and educate us. And we are learning in that space every day. Why are you going to your page? You can just tell them.
Yeah, you can just tell them.
Wait,
That's one way to do it.
love the curse brings them
Oh
up.
my God,
It is.
just tell them your handle. You're killing me.
Mav the 6'7" kid.
Yeah, but what are your handles? The at. Crap. The at sign.
Mav Trevelyan. NA.
Love
Just
the
at.
feeling.
NAV.
Oh, it's a feeling.
You don't have
Thank
to
you.
spell it. It's okay.
Yeah. And I guess, if anyone's interested, they can go to our
The website.
67 to 67 billion
.com
.com. That's the page
for the meme coin.
for the meme coin, and they can come and check out the community. The community it's a fun community. There's a lot of just
A lot of
positive,
positivity.
just interaction with each other. They're just creating new stuff every day. It's appreciate it.
Hey, what do you say? Bye.
6'7". Should we do a family 6'7"?
No, I'm not cool. He's cool.
You know what? We're good.
Okay, I'm not fine with this. I edited for the face behind the meme of the year. Alright, so let's get to our second video. If it is it. If it is this. And the second video goes how how one kid wanted the internet. It's this. And this is about called talk, talking. Let's get to our talking channel.
It's one of the simplest yet most powerful things ever spoken on the internet. 6-7. That's it. 2 words, 2 syllables. Nothing complex or deep. But somehow, this tiny moment where a random kid
Did
shouted
they
6-7
explain on the
sprouted into one of the
board?
biggest internet memes of 2025.
I don't know.
Who is this kid? And why did this catch on? How did 6-7 go from a song lyric to a LaMelo Ball anthem to a phrase shouted in classrooms all over the country? Today, we're diving into the story of the 6-7 kid, Mason, and how he, with one clip, managed to ruin the internet. But before we get into this, like and subscribe, because I'm trying to reach 10k subs for the end of the year, and viewer sub means a lot more than you might expect. So, let's start with the star himself, Mason. Simply known online as the 6-7 kid. He wasn't famous, he wasn't chasing clout, he was just another kid at the AAU basketball game hanging out with his friends. When he shouted something so random that it became a cultural phenomenon. That's what makes it so good. Mason didn't plan to go viral. He didn't set up cameras or rehearse lines. He just yelled 6-7 and shook his hands. And the internet took it from there. The origin of the meme traces back to Skrilla's track, Doop Doop 6-7. In the song, the phrase 6-7 gets repeated over and over like a chant. The lyric itself doesn't mean anything, but it's exactly why it stuck. It became popular on TikTok edits, especially with the NBA highlights. Fans love to pair the chant with LaMelo Ball clips, since of course LaMelo is exactly 6 feet 7 inches tall. So the sound was already floating around. But then Mason stepped in and gave it a face. He yelled 6-7 at the AAU event, and it was like a lightning struck. The internet suddenly had the character it needed to attach the
How
song.
would they
He wasn't
line
just some
stuck with the
random American.
powers?
He was the embodiment
The
of it.
Queen's
The moment this was
Crush
uploaded
machine.
on Cam Walker's channel during one of his AAU team vlogs, at first
I
it
mean,
was just background
unless-
noise, just a kid goofing
I'm
around.
gonna talk about
But
machine.
TikTok got
Sorry.
ahead of it, and the rest of it is history.
It isn't the kids certain music. It says like aim this at 4 a.m. on the school night. By the way, kill me now. No sound for copyright. This is a video for copyright. Not exactly for certain it's still saying it.
Edits began flying everywhere. Mason's voice layered over highlight reels. Mason's face plastered on 10 stars. Mason's shout turned into a call sign for one of the weirdest and funniest memes on the internet of this year. It was the 6-7 era, which I believe completely destroyed the internet.
You realize what you have created. You've created something generational. You basically created the new equivalent to 6ix9ine. How do you feel about that?
I feel amazing.
How did it even happen? I know you were at a basketball game, right?
Yeah, RWE.
RWE, was someone just taking a video and you just yelled out 6-7?
Yeah, so like, the camera pointed to me and my friend Mason.
And so your friend's name is Mason?
No, Mason.
No way.
I just like thought of something really quick.
How
like,
are
the
the
camera's
friends
like,
still
at least, like,
connected
5-10
to
seconds,
his
so I had to
freak?
think it was going fast, so I just said 6-7.
6-7? What was it like going to school the next day after all that?
It was very, very heated. I got like crowded.
As you guys just saw from this clip, Mason himself had to speak. Interviews, reactions, people asking him what it all meant, and the best part is, it didn't even mean anything. That's the magic of it. Mason wasn't sitting on some deep
Magic?
backstory or
Does
hidden
it mean
message.
anything?
He wasn't trying to start
It
a
doesn't
movement.
mean anything.
He just
Just
yelled 6-7
message.
because, well, I know. And these 2 numbers
He's a
yelled
total
out
monster, for
completely
God's
cooked the
sake.
internet and every generation to come.
They went to a haunted house and they had to stay there for like, however long, 6-7 hours. didn't. I swear, I'm not. Do you know what 6'7" is?
My son told me the other day people go around saying 6'7". Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Do you want to be in the edit?
Yeah, sure.
So to do it, you're gonna be like 6'7".
What am I juggling?
Nothing.
Okay, cool. 6'7".
Of course, the internet being the internet,
Up
people
and
couldn't
I heard
resist.
the
Suddenly,
parents
everyone was
touching
doing
it.
the 6'7" thing. Kids
But
in
why you
classrooms yelling
still
it, TikTok
parents
skits
still
recreating it, athletes
good
joking about it in
for
post-game
missing
interviews. It spread so
but
far beyond
not
the original
as
clip.
if this
People
monster
didn't even need
for
Mason's
what
face anymore. Just
for
hearing
won't
6'7" was enough to
repeat
get the
it.
joke. Literally just counting from 1
It's
to 10
equal
is enough to crack somebody
experimenting
up. Let me try.
with
1,
your monster.
2, 3, 4, 5. That's when you know a meme has gone nuclear.
It's
When
just
the
stop
sound
it.
alone
Me
becomes a
too.
call. Okay, but what's actually as crazy is how big this got. Classrooms got disrupted because kids won't stop shouting 6'7". Teachers were begging students to knock it off. Parents had no idea what their kids were talking about, and sports culture embraced it fully. The LaMelo Ball edit skyrocketed in popularity. Every time someone mentioned his height, 6'7", the chat would come back. It became a cultural reflex, like even teachers were doing it to gain attention of their students.
4, 5. Thanks, guys. If you could, please make sure you are on a district-approved game if you are on your Chromebook, please. Thank you.
This wasn't just a funny clip, it was a shared language. A way for millions of people to connect with nonsense. Elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, everywhere you looked, kids were mimicking Mason. Random shouts of 6'7" in hallways, lunchrooms erupting in chants, and gym teachers losing their minds. For kids, it wasn't just a meme. It was a trend, a game, a way of being in on the joke. And if you weren't yelling 6'7", were you even a part of the culture? This is where it gets deeper. Memes like 6'7" show how fast youth culture spreads. One random shout at a basketball game can dominate classrooms across the country in just weeks. It's powerful, but it's also kind of scary. Kids aren't just consuming memes, they're living them. Mason's shout didn't just live online, it lived in schools, on playgrounds, and in everyday conversation. It shows how internet culture shapes real life, especially for the youngest generations.
I'm just realizing now that he literally moves like somebody that's 6'1", 6'2", except he's 6'7". I just miss one.
Oh, from
And of
down
course, the edits.
recovery.
If there's one thing that the internet
Recovery,
loves, it's remixing.
sorry.
And Mason's clip became perfect.
That's fine.
LaMelo Ball dunk edits,
Um,
Fortnite montages, rap overlays, even anime-style edits where Mason was treated like the main character. And then came
what
the darker
doesn't
twist,
what
the
doesn't make
SCP
sense at
horror
all?
edits. Suddenly, Mason wasn't just a funny kid yelling. It was transformed into SCP-67, a creepy, distorted entity with a
Oh,
wide
this
mouth and
freak
glowing eyes.
monstrosity.
You most likely heard about the 6'7" meme. But what does it mean? The meme comes from a song called Doot Doot by rapper Skrilla. It dropped in late
Doot
2024.
Doot by
and the
Skrilla.
track Skrilla says
That doesn't make
67.
sense, people.
He's talking about 67th Street in Chicago. And that's where the phrase originated. Fast forward to early 2025, and TikTok and Instagram users took that 6'7" line, connected it to NBA player LaMelo Ball, who just happens to be 6'7".
Uh-oh.
So whenever the song hits the 6'7" line, editors would cut to footage of LaMelo dominating the court. And from these edits, the meme evolved. People started making TikToks and Instagram reels involving the number 6'7". For example,
wonder if
someone
Sonny
would say
might
that
not
they
get
scored
that.
67 out of 100 on the test, and then someone would say, "You mean 6'7"?
The internet had taken a lighthearted meme that pushed into the horror genre. That versatility, the ability to be funny, scary, ironic, or absurd, is what gave 6'7" its staying power. What's the takeaway? Sometimes the biggest moments online don't come from celebrities, marketing campaigns, or big products. They come from ordinary people just doing something completely random. Mason didn't plan to go viral. He didn't chase it. He just shouted 6'7", and the internet took care of the rest. So did this kid actually ruin not only the internet, but even counting for his whole generation? Well, I personally don't think so. I think that we're all just gonna end up giggling to the number 6'7", but it won't be crazy impactful. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe again, as I said earlier. It really means a lot. Peace out.
I think so of Doo Doo by Skilla. That's kind of funny actually. And that's it for the second video. So let's get off a 3 video of the curse Cringed number. So like I said. Alright, and then the third video called is the infographic show. Alright, let's get to the infographic show.
Hey, been feeling old lately? Maybe all the kids yelling 6-7 everywhere has made you feel like a bag of crumbling ancient bones. But don't worry, we're gonna save you from the meme that makes you old by explaining what all those kids are talking about. It all started in the exciting world of music, specifically the Skrilla drill rap song Doot Doot 6-7, released in late 2024. If you haven't listened to the song, well done. A recurring refrain in the song is Skrilla saying 6-7, which could mean one of three things according to the expert lyrical analysts over at Genius.com. One is that it could be a reference to the police code 1067, meaning a death has occurred, which sort of makes sense, as the song seems to be referencing a death. It could also refer to 67th Street in Philly or Chicago, or to burial plots 6 feet under and 7 feet apart. Skrilla is just a very layered writer like that. When asked about the greater meaning in light of the meme blowing up, he said, quote, "I never put an actual meaning on it, and I still would not want to." Doot indeed. But this was just the beginning. Before becoming the greatest source of dread for teachers across the globe that isn't related to salary or random murder, the catchphrase got its start in the basketball fandom. It became associated with the Charlotte Hornets player LaMelo Ball, who is 6 feet 7 inches tall. The repeated motif of 6-7 from the song became regularly used in fan cams of Ball, well, ballin'. And if you need us to explain what a fan cam is, we're extremely sorry. The rest of this video might be just a little bit out of your depth. The meme continued to grow in the basketball world, and internet-famous high school basketball prospect named Talon T.K. Kinney became known as Mr. 6-7 after he referenced it in a video where he was rating Starbucks drinks. This led to him producing an official line of 6-7 canned water drinks later on, because consumerism is a snake eating its own tail. 6-7 found itself getting discussed by players and commentators in highlights of both the NBA and the Women's NBA. It even made its way back up to basketball's second greatest living meme, Shaq, who acted out a 6-7 moment in a video. We say second greatest because, in our humble opinion, sad Jordan still dominates. But on March 31st, 2025, the meme broke containment from the basketball world and became the nonsense rallying cry of the global Gen Alpha coterie. A basketball YouTuber named Cam Wilder posted a vlog called "My Overpowered AAU Team Has Finally Returned," and in one fateful moment that would forever scar the face of history, he decided to turn the camera around to the audience. And that is when his frame fell squarely upon a young boy named, no, we're not kidding, Maverick Trevillain. With his fluffy hair and wide, frantic eyes, he repeated the catchphrase straight down the barrel of the camera, all while moving his hands up and down like Nick Cage in the movie Longlegs. This was the moment when the 6-7 meme left the Bush Leagues and was ready for prime time. Like a lot of memes suddenly exposed to the Sauron's eye of the wider internet, its meaning quickly split into two halves. First, there was the Gen Alpha half. For them, this meme was kind of like "you just lost the game" or "Baba Booey" of yore. It was something that was kind of fun to yell at moments of maximum impact, especially when someone else happens to cue the words up. In math class, the teacher says the numbers. 6-7, got a 67 on the test. 6-7, standing with some buddies at Mickey D's when order 67 gets called out. But when there's a meta side, the memes about the memes, capturing how adults reacted to its widespread through Gen Alpha culture, whose ways can always feel just a bit unknowable or even a little scary. And this is where we see the birth of the Mason, an archetypal Gen Alpha, brain-rotted, internet-poisoned kid who Maverick Trevillain's face came to represent. And because the internet is a nightmare machine, it didn't take long for that face to get squeezed through the filter of internet horror aesthetics. Things like Analog Horror and the SCP Foundation. This horror pill version of the meme became known as SCP-067, and it really just represents all of our true fears. Growing up, getting older, realizing we're not with it anymore. No matter how much we promised ourselves we wouldn't turn into the boomers who scolded us for our catchphrases and deep-fried memes. That is a promise many of us have already broken, and the only way to cure it? Stop worrying and love the meme. 6-7. 6-7. 6-7. Now that your brain has been thoroughly rotted, maybe check out memes made them famous. What happened to them? Or watch this instead.
Alright, and that's it for this video. And that's it for the third video. Last one is we have the fourth. Let's get to the fourth video for last video of the cursed Cringed number. As it is, 1 second please, is and last one of in the first of the last video called Why Kids Won't Stop Saying the Cringed cursed number. So let's see.
Six, seven. It's the meme that's taken the world by storm and destroyed the minds of teachers everywhere. But where did it come from? What the hell does it mean? And why is everyone so addicted to doing it? Well, it turns out there's a number of answers. Somewhere between 5 and 8 of them, in fact. And you'll find them all right here on Scroll Deep, the show that keeps up with internet and numerology nonsense. You know when you're figuring out a word in real time? So you don't have to. Since the start of the 6-7 meme, I must have heard it multiple times a day. Maybe like a lot of times. But from whence did it come? Well, in 2024, rapper Skrilla released the song Doot Doot. And he released a music video for that in February of 2025. It was a huge hit.
I understand why it is magical.
Skrilla. And in the song, he says 6-7 in reference to 67th Street in Philadelphia, where he's from. Philly, also famously the 67th state to join the United States. There's kind of a double meaning there. Very clever. Before we continue, good news. Scroll Deep is now on Spotify. Yes, whole episodes are now available on Spotify, so we are
And
totally
the
inescapable.
fourth
You're
YouTube
welcome.
channel
Make sure to
called
follow on Spotify.
Scroll Deep.
Spotify. In the song, he says, shades on, so I roll with the glasses. Bros say her, because he is savage. So many dead ops, so many ashes. You ain't catch that, I can't pass this. Shooters say strapped, I don't need mine. Bro put belt right to they behind. The way that switch burnt, I know he died. 6-7. Now in October 2024,
That doesn't make
so
sense
before
at
the
all.
song was even
Why don't
officially
the
released,
voices
like
on it
bits
still
had come out,
says
it was already being used in sports edits.
for
TikToker at Matt V.
that is song, by the way.
posted a video that showed some NBA
This
commentary
is
where they were
please,
discussing LaMelo
please
Ball,
no
who
making
happens to be
sense
6'7",
out there.
kind of a Benedict Townsend type, and basically when they say 6'7", the song would then kick in. So they started making these videos that got millions of views, where someone would say 6'7", and then the song would start playing, and then it kind of snowballed and evolved so that they no longer needed the song. And then they kind of dropped the sports element, and then after a while it just became people saying 6-7, and that became the whole meme. Now we come to Taylor Kenny, who is a TikToker and basketball player who apparently popularized the phrase aura farm and also edit farming, something of a farmer. And he is credited with coming up with the now iconic hand movement. God, this story that you do when saying 6-7. He's sort of become almost the face of 6-7.
6-7, 6-7, 6-7.
What time are you eating dinner tonight?
6-7.
And then it evolved to people trying to squeeze 6-7 into everyday life when they're being interviewed, trying to sneak it in, almost like a classic 69 or 420.
6 or 7.
So the hands were invented in
Can you
February.
just
By
say
March, we had the 6-7 kid. His real name is Maverick.
Can you
Okay,
please
this was a kid who was caught in a viral video.
call your
Camera
phones?
turns to him at a basketball game and he goes 6-7. And that was enough to make him the 6-7 kid. Once it's like Hawk 2 all over again. I've always said it, you just need a catchphrase, and that's tennis. And now 6-7 has swept across the internet. I myself saw quite an infuriating example of this trend. I saw a video of people waiting for a number to be called in a fast food place on TikTok, and they're all getting excited because the guy was like 65, and I was like, I know what they're all going to cheer at. They're going to cheer at 69 as God intended. But then he said 67, and they went, way! And I was like, no. Let's remember our elders. Let's remember the sacred scriptures of 69. This also points to a conspiracy theory I have, that all of this 6-7 stuff is a move by the Christian right, the MAGA people, to permanently replace the humble 69 with the much more chaste and non-sexual 67. And I think if you look at, the connections between Taylor and the 6-7 kid and RFK Jr., it's a big web and it all connects. By the way, shout out to TK for trying to start a 6-7 water brand. If there's anything we know about products based on very brief, fleeting trends, they go on to make billions. Now we have tons of examples all the time. We have famous people doing it. Lando Norris did it in an interview. It was not too much for little Lando Norris.
6-7.
Got Kim K, got Jimmy Fallon. Kim K and Jimmy Fallon doing brain rot show? No way. Now someone very unexpectedly who has really jumped on this, and I think it made it better, accentuated it, is Natasha Bedingfield. who has for some reason made this a running joke on her tour. She even brought Skrilla out to perform, and basically her version of the meme is that she just screams 6'7" at the top of her lungs. Why not scream? She belts it because she's got the voice. She's just screaming 6'7". Natasha Bedingfield, I think, might be quite funny. I've seen her doing kind of meme things lately. I think she's got a vibe. So that's what the meme is. Now, somebody might have told you a wrong version of this meme is every other internet voice and show, because unlike Scroll Deep, they don't do their research, which is look at the first page of Google. There's been so many people, including the Daily Mail, more like the Daily Wrong, got them, who have tried to do explainer videos about the 6'7" meme and have somehow got it wrong. The Daily Mail mistook the 6'7" meme because 6'7" was a thing in the UK like 10 years ago.
It actually comes from UK drill music linked to a South London rap group. Their version say cool or safe.
That was like a drill thing. There was like a gag in the UK called 6'7", and there was a song by Giggs that references that. The Daily Mail, for some reason, thought that 11-year-olds in 2025 were all referencing a British gang from 10 years ago. No, that would make too much sense. And so they did like an explainer video and got roasted for it because it was completely wrong. So yeah, word of advice, if you're in the UK and you're in the ends, maybe don't start shouting 6'7" at the top of your lungs. Maybe don't shout anything at the top of your lungs. That is universal advice to Americans visiting the UK. Let's turn that volume down, lads. Of course, the irony of all of this is that 6 and 7 are working together, whereas of course, famously, 6 is afraid of 7 because of and rest in peace, 9. But what do you make of all this? Is it the meme of 2025? I guess by default, it's not been a particularly memey year, really. Not much has happened. Is it the biggest meme of the year? I do have to ask, why has there been such a meme drought this year? It's been a really memeless year. Could it be a recession indicator? Could it have something to do with the fact that we all live in hell now? And no one's got much of a sense of humour. I'm intrigued to hear your theories about why we're memeless. But now we come to the secret question at the end for people to reward your good attention span. People have made it all the way to the end. And in honour of what we've studied today, I am bringing back, for 1 week only, I'm bringing back the numbers segment. Please comment your favourite numbers down below, and I will read out some of those numbers on the next episode, unless I forget, which I will. And again, this is a family show, all right? I don't want to see any rude numbers down there. I know you're all going to just comment 6'7" anyway. If you could resist the temptation, it'd be lovely to see a nice hearty 81. Or a respectable, 58. But no, it's going to be 9, isn't it? Fine. Get them down below. And make sure while you're clicking and clacking on your little device, why don't you hit follow as well?
6'7".
You can get all the latest episodes of Scroll Deep the second they come out and stay on top of what's happening online. And if you've enjoyed this episode, why not hit like as well? Helps us out. Come on, I'm just a little guy. I'm Mendic Sounds, and this has been Scroll Deep. That's Dennis, the ball, and I'll see you in about a week. A week or so. How many days would that be? Yeah, about a week. About a week to go!
To go. I love your vocals out there. Scroll Deep. Are you guys here for Action 2 of the Explained series of Intervaling? And that's it for Marine Intervaling, aka this week for his own master himself, for to himself, by the way. So let's I guess that's it for Action 2 Marveling Intervaling, aka this week number for Bully, for Bully. That's for him, actually. So yeah, thank you guys and see you guys in the next video. So let's do off and to smack the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell too. And more videos of 2026 video. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye, good, I love you.